Good morning, everyone. Appreciate y'all being here. Obviously excited to be back in game week. Missed everybody there on Saturday. Just want to start off and to thank our Florida State medical advisors, the protocols that we have in place. Obviously the way that this entire situation has been handled, definitely just appreciate the response that came throughout the weekend. Obviously it's something that's disappointing. You prepare throughout the course of the week to be able to go and compete in a contest and in a game. When you look at it, the 20 hours that go into it, for our players, physically, plus on top of all the emotional, the emotional investment, with coaching staff that, over 80 hours of investment in game plans and, preparation. I was really pleased with the way that our guys, are prepared throughout the course of the week, and the excitement that we had to go, play, a game here at home. And, for that to change, the day of the game, is obviously disappointing, but you're definitely grateful for all the things that we do have in place to make sure that the health and the well-being of our student athletes, our coaches, our everybody involved in our program is something that I'm thankful for, and we're excited about the week that is ahead, and going to continue to work away in improving in all aspects of our program to put ourselves in the best position to achieve success against a Virginia team that's playing really well right now. They've won the last 3 games. They're really kind of coming into their own there offensively. You see the versatility that they show in the run game as well as the passing game. The defense that's going to attack from all aspects, and just a tough physical team that you can hurt you in all aspects. And so our guys are excited. Another primetime game here at Doak. In front of our wonderful fans, and we're definitely you learn from every experience, and you see once again, especially in this year, just how fragile every opportunity is, and being able to seize the moment and go out there and to have the opportunity to play the game that we all love, and we're excited about this week, and with that I'll take questions.
Yeah, I was curious where the team was when you guys let them know the news Saturday morning, what the responses from the players and coaches were, and what you guys were able to do, if anything, this weekend.
Well, we actually found out in pregame meal, and we had our coaches game day meeting there that morning. Went through the entire plan. Our players, came down. They were in their suits. They were ready to go. There was a buzz and excitement for the opportunity that was in front of us. And at that time is when we found out that the game was being postponed. And I was able to go in there and talk to our players. Obviously, it was emotional. I mean, like I talked about the investment. I mean, that's what. It's an incredible game. It's an incredible game with the amount of preparation it takes to prepare for one opportunity, for one moment, and when that changes with the schedule and just what you're what you're expecting to do and to go to accomplish. I mean, it hurts everybody. And but our guys, they absolutely understand that their well-being and their health is a top priority for us. And we've had guys that have been through some trying situations throughout this year, and we've had a couple of guys that opted out early and have actually opted back in to be a part of this team, to be able to play this game. A lot of that is due to the confidence of how we do things on a day-to-day basis, and knowing that we're looking out for their health and well-being, and but it was emotional in all aspects. And our guys, we got back on the bus when the pregame meal was over with. We loaded the bus, came to the stadium, and that was kind of a surreal moment. You pull up and you see all the people that are there for the game. You see the workers. You see the fans that have gotten there early, and it's just, you hurt for everybody involved, but you're also thankful in this year for the protocols and the things that are in place to ensure the safety of the event that is to come. And, our players understand that. And, more than anything else, it just kind of magnifies, maximizing the opportunities that we do get, because, nothing's guaranteed, and, we can control the things that we can control. And we had guys that when we got here to the stadium went immediately in to, changed their clothes and went and got a workout in. And other guys that went and got treatment, and just, obviously, continuing to make sure that we made the most of that day and didn't let one setback, keep us from our investment to get better with the opportunity that was there on Saturday.
Hey, Mike, just so I'm understanding this correctly, did you have any input at all in the decision not to play, or is that completely medical stuff where you get a call, well, this is not happening?
There was a phone call late Friday night that the information was shared that there was a positive test from a symptomatic player that had participated just in different activities throughout the week. This call is not for football coaches, and that is something that has been addressed and through the ACC protocols and how things are structured. I mean, it is for the medical professionals and medical advisors, because at the end of the day, coaches, players, we all want to be able to participate. We all want to be able to have those opportunities. But this is for the professionals to take the information that is provided, and that I can tell you on Friday night, listening in on the call. The information that we received, from Clemson was really what is where the decision went from. And every game day morning, there's a call that with the administrators and medical professionals where they come together, and no coach is on the call, but that's where they come, and that's where the final decision was made to postpone the contest. And so we got the call, and that's when I found out there Saturday morning. But I was made aware Friday night of the situation, and was able to at least hear some of the concerns that were raised. And like I said, I appreciate our medical advisors and the process which they went through.
Hey, Mike, David with ESPN. Given what you said, it sounds like I would be fairly saying that this was strictly a decision made by your medical advisors, that you were not then asked, do you want to play? Do you not want to play? Do you have an opinion on that? And what did you make of Dabo's comments yesterday, in which he kind of implied that there was some other non-medical reason for postponing this game?
I mean, to that, I'll say that, everyone here, wanted to was excited about it and wanted the opportunity to go out there and compete. The protocols and procedures that are in place to ensure the health and well-being of our student athletes is something that we don't take lightly. There was, every player, every coach, I mean, there was an excitement about, the week that had led up to the game and the opportunity that was in front of us. And, we're competitors, and that is the reason why, we have things set up the way that they're set up. Football coaches are not doctors. Some of us might think that we are, but there's a reason why those advisors and are able to make the decisions from the information that is provided. And that's something that as a coach, we continue to do everything in our power to ensure the health and well-being of our players and helping them stay safe through this year and the process. I can tell you that some of the sacrifices that our guys have had to make, I mean, it's been remarkable. And whether it was through our bye week, keeping the guys here in Tallahassee, because of the things that are showing up in travel. When we have a player that is showing symptoms, we keep them away from the facility. And because not only is the health and well-being of our players something that's important, but it's also for our opponents. And we've had two separate instances where we've had players and coaches that have had symptoms that have not gone on trips or have not traveled with the team, to the site because of those because of those reasons and the protocols that we have in place. And, but I'll tell you that everyone was excited about the opportunity to go out there and compete. And, it's unfortunate that opportunity has, now been delayed, but that there is a reason that those protocols and the people making that decision, have that job and responsibility.
And Mike, on the topic of Clemson and the game being postponed, are you hopeful that the game will be played later this year?
Absolutely. And, you sit there and you have two teams that both have an open date there in December. It's a great opportunity for this rivalry to continue. And we're excited to see it here in Tallahassee. And, I know that there's a lot of things that are being said, when it comes to financial and, if contributions need to be made, well, then I'll sign up to make one. But, we definitely want this game to be played here in Tallahassee with two teams that have an open date and open opportunity. And, we're excited, for our fans, for our players, to be able to have that experience and to be able to go out there and compete.
Coach, you kind of hinted at this when you're talking about the fact that you kept players and coaches away when they had symptoms. Have you been in a similar situation like this with any other team this year?
We have not. It was the first time that we've experienced a Friday test that has come back positive from either team. I can tell you that the information that we received from our opponent and their Friday night is where the concern really escalated. The fact that a symptomatic player participated throughout the course of the week and made the trip to Tallahassee raised a lot of concerns. And when you sit there and you get that information, that's where in my being a part of the call and listening to our medical advisors, that's where the main concerns lied. And everybody can handle things differently in their programs, but we're not concerned about any other situation other than making sure that our players are protected and that they can trust the process, the procedures, that when they step on that field, that we've done everything in our power to keep them away from the risk of a virus that is one of the highest transmittable viruses that we've seen, I know in my lifetime. And these guys, they've done a remarkable job of doing the things that we've asked them to do and the way that they've sacrificed and to be able to play this season and to be a part of this program. I mean, like I said, I'm grateful for those medical advisors and how they handled the situation, and it's what we'll continue to do here moving forward.
Hey, Coach, obviously there's been a lot made of the Clemson game not being played, and you have a young football team. There's been some back and forth between some of the players on Twitter. Are you concerned about the focus for this week with Virginia and moving forward?
I'm really not. I mean, you're disappointed anytime you miss miss an opportunity or an opportunity is delayed because, our guys were excited about that. But, the back and forth on Twitter, the statements and press conferences, all that. I mean, that's that has no impact on the opportunity that we get this week to be at home, to play at Doak in a primetime game, against a really good Virginia team that comes in here that's playing extremely well. And we get an opportunity to go out there and grow. We have another opportunity to go and continue to prepare and invest in this program, building the foundations for what we want to do and what we're looking forward to accomplishing. And our guys, that was something that was very clear and evident there Saturday morning. And with the emotions and the disappointment not being able to play, the immediate response. And, we came back to work yesterday in a normal game week, had a really good practice last night. You're seeing guys, taking their game to the next level when it comes to their preparation, their attitude, their approach, and just that overall investment, which it makes the coach, proud to see. So I'm not worried about that. I can tell you that we're going to be excited to be able to kick it off come Saturday night.
We'll go back to David. Hey, Mike, one of the things that Dabo said last night is that other coaches had said to him that they agreed with his approach to this. I'm curious if you've had other conversations with coaches about this whole situation, and do you plan to talk to Dabo, one-on-one about this situation?
I did call their Saturday morning. Did not connect with Dabo. Once again, this is a decision that is made by the medical advisors, and we took the information that was provided by Clemson with this specific situation, and we made a decision that was in the best interest of our student athletes and their well-being. Other schools can handle themselves, throughout the course of the week. And if they elect to practice symptomatic players, they can do that. If they elect to have whatever protocols that are in place, but when it comes to the well-being of our student athletes and the policies and procedures of what we're going to do, we're going to rely on our medical advisors to make the best call. And we're going to continue to support our players in all aspects of that. We were excited to play this game. And we were excited about the opportunity. We are a young team that needs every rep that we can get. This is a program that we are continuing to build upon the base foundation of not only who we are but where we're going. And so I'm not concerned about what any other coach says or thinks. I'm focused on what we're doing here, and I absolutely am grateful for the sacrifices that our guys have made throughout this season, and some of the tough calls and choices that we've had to make to make sure that we're doing the steps necessary to allow our guys to play this game. And so we're going to continue to do that.
You did have a few players that were kind of coming back from injuries this past week, and I know you guys wanted to play but not playing. I don't know if that helped at all in terms of Jordan Travis, Akeem Dent, some other guys that maybe might have been questionable going into last week, and how they're doing now.
We felt good about where we were going into the game. There were guys, Akeem, Renardo, Jordan. We felt good about the process that had been made, or the progress that had been made leading up to the game. Obviously not playing. There's nothing new that showed up, but we're going to continue to work away in our preparation. Guys that have bumps and bruises are going to continue to rehab and put themselves in the best position to go out there and play Saturday night.
Hey, Mike, I'm just curious, the fact that you went through having coronavirus, how much that has informed and or impacted some of the decisions that you all make in respect to the health and safety of your players?
Well, I mean, I've lived the experience of it, and we've the protocols of how we operate within the facility, the things that are set up. It is for myself, testing positive and having to go through that. It is with all the precautions that are taken. We know that this is a highly transmittable virus that you have to be extremely careful with. And so I do believe that we've adhered to very strict protocols, and we understand it's our obligation to our players and to their families that we sit there and we say we're going to do everything in our power to keep them safe. That we cannot be careless with this. We can't be reckless. I mean, it is a first time that any of us have ever experienced it. And no matter what your personal feelings or belief of this virus is, it's real. And we've got to live up to our end of the bargain, being leaders of team. And for these individuals, I point back to the two young men, or we've had a couple of young men that have opted back in because of how we operate. And we will not, no matter how bad you want to play, or no matter what's that desire to compete, we still have an obligation to keep them safe and to make sure that that we keep their health at the forefront of it. And my experience of actually testing positive, having to live through that, even in my own home. I mean, I have a wife and a 6-year-old daughter that, thankfully never transmitted the virus or never got the virus, during that experience. It's still, we want to keep everyone as safe as possible because, there's nothing guaranteed in how somebody's going to react to it if they get it. And, like I said, I think it's our obligation as leaders to do things to the best that we possibly can.
Hey, Coach. Was Jordan Travis slated to start Saturday's game? And also, do you agree with Dabo Swinney's assessment that you guys should have to pay for their travel expenses if they have to come back to Tallahassee?
Well, I believe that as you sit there, as you look at how this is all played out, it's unfortunate to everybody that the game was postponed, and there's people that were here in town that had purchased tickets to come to the game, and obviously it's nobody wanted this. But it's something that we believe, the right decision was made, for the health and well-being for our student athletes. I can tell you that, Jordan was, participated through practice all last week. We're excited about seeing him back out on the field. And, obviously it's disappointing to get that opportunity there Saturday morning. But we're looking forward to this week moving ahead. And, when it comes to, a missed opportunity with a game, there's a lot of costs that and expenses that go into that on both sides. And I can promise you, there's nobody here at Florida State that wanted to have to go through some of those expenses that showed up for not being able to play a game. But the importance of this game moving forward, I think it's important for both schools, and having that opportunity to play it there December 12th in Tallahassee, I think is definitely critical, and we're excited to be able to have that opportunity.
You mentioned that you guys have maybe gone above and beyond some protocols. I know, like during the bye week, the team didn't travel. You've done some things like that. Can you take us back to those discussions, maybe back in April or May or June or whenever they were, about the fact that, or how you guys wanted to handle it, and maybe not necessarily just go with whatever the conference said? Yeah,
well, there's so much unknown when it comes to this virus, and there's been learning experiences throughout, and for us, when we looked at times that players had free time, whether it was a bye week or how we structured fall camp. There is a magnified risk that when kids leave campus and go back to just scattering out throughout the country, wherever they're from, there's a higher likelihood that there's a chance that you bring the virus to be a part of your team, and just the increased risk that came with that. And so, that was a tough decision, because there were a lot of schools that on bye weeks, they were letting kids go home. And, I think you see with a lot of the cancellations that have come about, that was, probably not the only reason, but, it definitely it didn't help causes. And, it was something we had to talk to our players about. And, those are tough conversations as well. And, players want to see their families. Players want to be able to go home. And, but all players are also willing to make the sacrifice to play this game that we love. And that's the thing that I would say is disappointing when you hear, accusations of reasoning or intent. These guys have sacrificed more than most ever, have, going through to play a season. And we're trying to do this the right way while having a primary focus on their health and well-being. And that's been something that we've focused on. I'll tell you, Jake File, our athletic trainer. We meet every morning about the status of each player, and there's been plenty of times, more this year more than any. If there is a symptom that shows up, we're sending guys home and keeping them away while they're expressing symptoms, just in case, because we are not going to be reckless in how we handle our players, their safety, obviously the atmosphere that we have around here. And I appreciate those protocols, because you don't know how somebody will respond if they get it. And I'll take this time to say the young man that's at Clemson that tested positive. The thing that's sad is everybody's talking about this game. I hate that any kids had to experience a positive test, and I hope that he has a speedy recovery, and that there's no other situations that come from that. But it is a different year, and it's a different time, and I'm really proud of our guys and how they have conducted themselves to be able to play this season and to be able to do the things that we've been able to do up to this point. And we're going to continue to do the best of our ability to keep that the emphasis.
Michael, you mentioned a lot of the things there, I guess probably, but I was curious if you could just explain maybe some of the basic protocols that you guys follow in terms of your own health and safety throughout the week for those players. So, for example, what do you do in terms of mitigating contact between players where contact tracing might play in if a positive test comes up? And what is your policy, or have you had to deal with somebody testing positive on a Friday before a game?
We adhere to university athletic department policies as social distancing, obviously masks, visors, the way that we operate day in and day out. We've changed a lot of our meeting room setup and structures to ensure space, proper spacing is the case in all of our meetings. And then really the biggest thing is that if symptoms arise, we've made the decision that we're not gonna have somebody that expresses or shows symptoms within the facility, and we wait until symptoms are gone. Obviously we're looking for a negative test, but also without symptoms that are showing up, and that's something that's been hard. We've missed guys throughout the course of the week. In practice, we've missed a coach and missed players, traveling with the team and being a part of the team, for games. And so it's a sacrifice that we're willing to take, to ensure the best possible atmosphere. Nothing is guaranteed. I mean, once again, I showed up, when I tested positive. I tested positive. It was a Friday of our bye week, and I was separated from the team. For the entire time. We didn't have another positive test, and we've gone. I know we don't talk about the number of tests. I'm not going to get myself in trouble with that, but it's been remarkable. It's been remarkable what we've, since my test, the standard that our program has been able to operate at. I'm so pleased with that. And there has been a lot of sacrifice. There has been, it's been a great commitment, and we're going to continue to do that. And because these players, and when we sit there and talk to their parents, we talk to them and their families. That is our focus. And, it's just, we love this game, but it's not worth it compromising the right thing, doing the right thing, and putting these guys at risk. So we're going to continue to operate at those standards.
Hey, Coach. You talked about the protocols that you guys have and how serious you are with the way that you conduct things at Florida State. Is it frustrating to see other programs, other conferences maybe not taking things as serious as you guys? Because like you said, at the end of the day, it jeopardizes game days on Saturdays, and it jeopardizes these guys getting a chance to play the game they love.
I'm not in charge of other programs, and really I don't get caught up with other programs on what they're doing. We're gonna live to the standard of how we operate, because we feel that that is how we build trust with our players, and knowing that they can come to work, and obviously get to play the game that we all are fortunate enough to be a part of, in the safest atmosphere possible. And if other teams elect to do things in different ways or have different standards how they want to operate, that's fine. But we will not put our guys in jeopardy. If that's if a situation like this arises, and at the end of the day, it is a challenge. But I felt very confident with the ACC, with the university, and specifically within our program of how we're doing things, and we're going to continue to push forward to do things to the best of our ability.
All right, we're going to go with two more. I'll go back to Pat from the Osceola.
Hey, Coach, one of the things that came up last week after we had a chance to meet with you on Wednesday was the NCAA extended the dead period for recruiting through April 15th. How hard is that to work around? What adjustments are you guys going to have to make? And given the fact that you've talked about how important it is to find the right fit of guys coming into the program, does it make it more challenging to do that without having to have these being able to have these face-to-face conversations and meetings with prospects?
I mean, absolutely. You know, that I think the things that make our staff special are the relationships, and you know, the investment in the student athletes that we have from an emotional aspect. You know, obviously helping build them you know, with an all-inclusive approach in each aspect of their journey being a student athlete. And you know, you can have the presentations, you can do the Zoom meetings. I mean, I was on, you know, last night for an hour, you know, with a family, you know, on Zoom last night, and you're able to make the connection. I'm grateful for the technology that we have, but it's just not the same as when you're with somebody, you know, that you have them on campus, they're able to see and touch and feel the you know, what the experience is going to be. You know, we're going to rely heavily on the relationships that we have. You know, the great thing about you here in the state of Florida, there's a lot of Nole fans and a lot of Nole family that's there. That you know, as we're going through you know, this process, you know, making sure we identify the right young men and you know, to bring into this program. And you know, the film studies is important. You know, just making sure that you're building those relationships virtually the best way possible. And, you know, I'm excited about this class that we have coming in, but there's no question the challenge that's been presented. I mean, we're going to be, I think it's, you know, close to 13 months, you know, without having kids on campus, you know, being a first year staff. You know, it was the first ever February dead period last year. I think we're sitting in the upper 20s of even opportunities to have kids on campus or us going out, you know, since I've been here. And so that definitely does present a challenge, but you know, we're excited about the opportunity and excited about the young men that we're going to be able to bring into the program to help us move forward.
Mike, one last question about something Dabo said yesterday. He said this was not a COVID issue. So I just want to be clear here, from your perspective, was the reason for the postponement a COVID issue?
Absolutely. And it was something that this decision was made by medical advisors, professionals that received the information Friday night, you know, from Clemson. And there was concern, and there was concern in a lot of different aspects for, you know, where the situation was, and you know, just the experiences, you know, throughout the week. So you know, that was a decision that the medical advisors made you know, their Saturday morning. You know, I'm appreciative of the protocols there on Friday, and you know, being able to have that test in place and to get all the information for these games to be played. And like I said, this was our first experience of having a positive test on either side show up, you know, the day before the game. And, you know, I'm grateful for the work that's gone into it. I was grateful for the transparency from, you know, from Clemson, and, you know, just hearing that, you know, there, you know, Friday night on that call, but that went to our medical advisors, and fully support, you know, the protocols and procedures that they have in place, and providing that safe atmosphere for our players. But it absolutely, it absolutely was a COVID issue. And, you know, like I said, our guys were ready to play, and we wanted to play that game. And we still look forward to it come December 12th with the opportunity here in Tallahassee. All right, thank you, Coach. Thank you.